London Towers at the moment, they just seemed a little bit panicked. There's still like 6 minutes and 23 seconds left. There's no need for them to panic as they come back with Randy Duck and they see what they can get with him, because he's on what, 4 fouls right now.
Yeah.
See the replay on that foul. Kendrick Warren staying with his miss, being strong with the basketball, taking it hard to the glass. Get a free one for the charity stripe.
Warren, with the missed free throw though, he struggled from the line tonight. Johnson running into Henlon, and the foul is called on the big man.
Once again, I don't agree with that call, because that's been happening all night. Martin stepping up, clogging the lane, and he literally drove right into Martin. How is that a foul? However, Rashard Johnson will step to the line and add to his huge haul of points already.
.28 for Johnson. Oh, but he misses the second, and Henlon with the rebound. The London Leopards lead the London Towers by 12. They've led throughout. The Towers have yet to have a lead in the game. 6 minutes to go. Stolen away, not quite, by Johnson, and Warren has a word with Taylor saying don't throw that pass.
Well, I do believe Nick Nurse hasn't taken the timeout this quarter, but just as I say, he calls the timeout, and it's a good time to take one. Rally his troops and get them on the right path.
Let's go down and take a listen.
So let's run C. Kendrick, you got to get on this side, okay? Run that C. Listen, you got to pump fake and take it in those gaps. We can't just, we got the top here. Buck, you stay here. Randy and Eric, whatever. Okay, Henlon's here. Okay, run the C, reverse it, cut through. Everybody fills, comes up. All right, listen. Henlon, Taylor, Kendrick, Randy, Buck, take it out. As soon as you get it, Buck, flip it. Taylor, you step back. You guys screen in the 2 guys in the zone, okay? All right, let's go. Come on, let's go. Rebound, where? Let's go.
Well, as we come out of the timeout here, Andre, let's take a look at the foul trouble in the game. We can see Michael Martin's already gone, but all the rest of it is heavily weighted on the Towers side, with only Kimber in any real trouble for the Leopards.
Well, the only team that's going to affect really is the Leopards, because of their lack of depth from the bench. Now watch out for this special play from the sideline, looking for Eric Taylor for the long shot. Overthrow a little bit, didn't get it.
Duck. 5 on the clock. Warren to Taylor. Got to shoot it. Doesn't. It's blocked by Atwell, and that is a violation.
It's got to really. As you see here, Eric Taylor getting blocked by David Atwell. However, you know, calling the timeout as a coach, and you go out there and you don't execute a play and you get a turnover, it's got to be frustrating for Nick Nurse.
Johnson's fake was so good that Alderson bought it too, but he managed to do enough to make sure that Duck could only knock it out of bounds. And that will kill you. 25 points off 20 Towers turnovers. Towers average less than 10 per game. They've given it up 20 times. Johnson with the nice, he just can't miss tonight.
And he's hit the 30 mark right now. Big time scoring.
Had 41 in a double OT game at Derby. Was it last weekend, the weekend before?
Leopards showing a little zone of their own, little 3-2 action.
Duck for 3, yes! And boy, did the Towers need that.
Something we've been speaking about as we see Randy Duck stick the 3-pointer from deep. One thing we've been speaking about is the Towers need to stop trading baskets. They must stop trading baskets. You're talking under 5 minutes left now. They got to give it all up now. They got to give it up. And if there's anybody on that bench with 4 fouls, get them back in.
Kimber. The rearrange, but it's thrown away. Duck comes up with it. Duck stumbles over his own feet. Bucknell. Bucknell wants the screen, goes the other way, kicks out in the corner, knocks it out. Eric Taylor.
Steve Bucknell fouled on the move right there, didn't get a call, but alert enough to kick the ball over to the wide open Eric Taylor, who sticks the long two-pointer.
And the London Towers have got it back down into single figures for the first time since earlier here in the second half. Alderson.
Towers need some big-time stops here. Walk got away with it, throws it up, gets the kind roll.
Johnson with 32 personal points.
You see Nick Nurse there, Coach Nick Nurse, they're giving that travel call, and I might have to agree with him on that one.
Bucknell off the screen from Hanlon, out to Warren, giving some space for three off the back of the ring. Taylor with the rebound. Bucknell has it again. Backing in on Johnson. The double team comes out to Hanlon. He thinks about the three and he takes it. Yes! Big Morton Hanlon for three. It's an 8-point game.
There we go. This is what we need. This is what we need now. And let's see if the Leopards can handle this pressure as Martin Hanlon sticks another wide open three-pointer. Now the crowd seems to be coming alive and getting back in the game. Travel, yes.
Violation called on Rod Brown. Here's another look. He jumps up, he comes down. Yep. That's the travel.
Great pressure defense by the Towers, but the thing is they've got to make sure that they get good-looking offenses every single time down and good-looking shots.
This is a big play for both teams. Leopards need a stop, Towers need a score, and there's a foul on the play.
Great play. What they're trying to do now is isolate Steve Bucknell on the smaller Rashad Johnson on the inside to take advantage of it. The only thing Rashad can do is foul him. Otherwise, you know, that's going to be 2 points. And Steve Bucknell letting him know about it.
They're talking about where they're going to eat afterwards.
All right, you're around next. No, I got it last time when we had... No, it was me.
All right, whoever wins the game pays. Bucknell makes the first. And I sense that these Towers fans are now starting to believe their team can win this game still. With 3 minutes to go, the lead is down to only 6.
Do I need to call and cancel that taxi for 8 o'clock?
Well, Shoes was telling us about the OTs. 3 of the last 6 games have gone to overtime, including the last time the two teams met here. You may remember that game last year. We were here, double overtime, 127-120. The Towers won that one. So there is plenty of overtime history. The Towers have certainly won the last 2 games that have gone to overtime against the Leopards. There's the points by quarter. You can see the Towers dragging it back here in the fourth, 18-10.
And that's what they need to do. They need to win this quarter, and they need to win this quarter big.
Johnson for a free. No, it doesn't go, but the Leopards come up with the rebound and can eat some more time off the clock.
Got to execute on the boxing out there.
They don't seem to be penetrating the way Bob Dunawald was asking them to in the timeout. Now here they go to the basket. Alderson falling off balance, can't convert. Henlon with the rebound. Here comes Taylor. Taylor going to the basket. Has it knocked out of bounds, is it? Yes. The Towers will keep possession.
Offensively for the Leopards, playing very tentatively against that zone. No penetration, they're just quite content just passing it around the outside and somebody's, throwing the ball away. They need to they need to keep the pressure up and keep attacking the zone. Whereas on the other hand, Towers just need to make sure they get good shots every single time down the floor.
Going back door, here. Oh, missed the lay-in. And that would have been a big layup. Johnson running back, knocks it away. Atwell with the finger roll. And that was a big play there with Duck missing the easy one. Leopards coming back and scoring.
And London Towers almost had a steal there, but luckily Atwell in the right place at the right time comes up with the ball.
Bucknell going the long way round to the hook. Count it for Steve Bucknell. He draws the foul from Dave Atwell. Foul number 2, Buck will go to the line for a 3-point play to try and trim this thing back down to 5.
And watch out for the London Towers now, changing the defensive now and jumping into a man. You see there, Steve Bucknell goes inside and gets his foul and connects on the free throw.
It's a 5-point game. Are the Leopards in danger of trying not to lose rather than going for the win?
Yeah, I feel so. The way they're playing against that zone is very passive. The only person that's trying to attack is this gentleman here.
And he's done it all night, but that time it comes out. Duckworth comes up with the loose ball. Randy Duck running it. Bucknell wants a three, takes it. Yes! Steve Bucknell for three! And suddenly it is a 2-point ball game.
I think this table is getting extremely excited. They keep blowing the horn. And Bob Donald is going
absolutely livid, and he's in danger of getting himself a tee because they were wanting a sub. But there was no sub to have, and Bob Dunewald is very, very upset following this play from Bucknell. Knocks out the shot, but there should have been no substitution, and Bob Dunewald is very, very unhappy.
Going back to that last play, Steve Bucknell hadn't hit a three-pointer all night, but just like a true veteran, came back and stuck it, and Bob Donald was in danger of getting a technical foul here from Neil Wilkinson. And this crowd is waking up, I think.
It certainly is. The crowd is on their feet. The noise level is huge. The Leopards fans are on their feet as well as the Towers fans. And here come the Leopards with 90 seconds to play. They've led all game. It's down to 2. Who's winning?
I'm still going with the Towers, simply for the fact that they've got the veterans, and these young guys might be a little bit rattled because they had that big lead and been playing extremely passive.
Kimbrough for three! Yes! What a shot from Jason Kimbrough to reply to Bucknell's three. A huge shot. What have the Towers got now? Bucknell trying to get a screen from Henlon. He thought about the three but didn't take it. Taylor dancing through the middle, lays it in. It's a 3-point game.
Rico Alderson got away with one hand in the back on Eric Taylor, but Eric Taylor alertly just goes to the basket hard. Forget about the foul, just go to the basket hard.
Are we going to overtime, Dre?
I possibly see an overtime. If they miss this time down and the Towers come back, I'll look at overtime.
Brown penetrating, ducked from behind, tried to block, and Brown got his own rebound, throws it to Atwell. Nick Nurse screams travel.
It was a walk.
But Henlon is called for the foul.
I think David Atwell pretty much walked around Crystal Palace before he took that one. Yep, 1, 2, 3.
I don't know.
I think he got that little extra one.
But now Atwell at the line with 2 attempts to stretch the lead. It's at the minute a one-shot game. If he can make one, Towers will need to score twice. Oh, he misses the first.
Interestingly enough, Nick Nurse anticipating overtime takes out Martin Henlon on his 4th foul.
Atwell makes the second. Towers need to score twice in 32 seconds.
They need to get a quick one. Need to get a quick 2-for-1 now.
Here comes Taylor.
They get the last shot.
Taylor pulls up for 3. No, off the back of the ring. Leopards with the rebound. No, Towers come up with it. Warren is fouled surely. No, ball loose. Bucknell has it. Bucknell for 3. Yes! Steve Bucknell for 3 with 16.9 seconds left. It is a 1-point ball game, and Bob Dunewald has called a timeout off this shot. What a play.
Great play by Steve Bucknell. As we said earlier on, he just couldn't buy a basket. 2 clutch time 3-pointers that he's come up with, puts the Towers down by a point. Now that puts the pressure back on the Leopards.
So what do you do now if you're the London Towers? There are 16.9 seconds, you're down 1. Do you foul the Leopards and put them on the line, or do you try and come up with the steal?
Well, right now, Rico Alderson, I'm looking down the free throw shot. Rico Alderson, Brown, and also Atwell are only 50% from the free throw line. So you might want to take a chance, get a foul so you can put them on the free throw line. Hopefully they'll miss one, and then you come back down the floor, and all you got to do is make one basket with, let's say, about 10 or 12 seconds left, and that puts you in a good position to send it into overtime.
If I were the Leopards, I'd be looking to get the ball into the hands of Rashad Johnson. He's their best foul shooter on the night. He's their leading scorer, but he is going to inbound the ball.
So this is going to be an immediate foul, and it's got to be an immediate foul. Or even Towers might be looking to come up with a 5-second call, who knows? And a steal!
A steal to Burks. Oh, he missed it. It's come out to Bucknell for 3. Yes! What a shot by Steve Bucknell. Unbelievable, but there's still time left. Here come the Leopards. Stolen away by Duck. It's out of bounds. Leopards ball with 6.7 seconds left. The London Towers take their first lead of the game with a huge 3 from Steve Bucknell. But the Leopards have a chance still to win it or tie.
Was that must have been Dunmore's last time out as the Towers come up with a steal. It looks like
Kimbrough to tie. No, and the London Towers have unbelievably beaten the London Leopards with the last score of the game. Absolutely stunning victory by the London Towers. But how bad do you feel for the Leopards? They led all game until the last score.
That was just unbelievable. Nick Nurse walks off the floor. He wasn't happy. He just breathed a sigh of relief. Now, I'll tell you what the changing point was that. When the Towers went to that zone, the Leopards, instead of keeping the pressure on, started being passive. And that gave the Towers a chance to come back in. And I told you that the veterans will show through in the end. And who hit the winning basket?
Steve Bucknell, 3 3-pointers. He missed his first 2, but he made 3 crucial 3-pointers. Top scorer, 25 points. How about that?
Oh, this is absolutely great. You know, having been involved in these situations as a coach before, I've never had an opportunity to commentate on any of the derbies. This is my first time, and it's been absolutely a tremendous game this evening.
You can see the Towers celebrations. You know how much it means to them. They've beaten the Leopards.
You had to have loved this game here. Towers win by 2, 87-85. He was 3 for 5 from the three-point line. Nothing else really mattered. Today's MVP, Steve Bucknell.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Well, the atmosphere in here, I hope you can hear me, Steve. 3 3-pointers right at the very end of that game. You will excuse me, won't you, for making most of my notes in favour of Leopards tonight.
Okay, the Leopards did a great job. I mean, to be honest, I thought they were going to win, but I got in a hot streak. I forgot about everything. I forgot about the score, and the game kind of got personal between me and a couple other guys. And our team, we really wanted to win, and we played our guts out.
Experience really does count with this team, doesn't it, Steve?
Yeah, of course, experience counts. We knew even when they went out to a 10-point lead in the beginning, I knew we got plenty of time to play, and it's just a matter of getting in there and playing our type of basketball, which is aggressive defense and rebounding and scoring.
You seem to have real trouble in the beginning trying to stop that penetration. They were awesome there, weren't they?
Oh, definitely. I'm guarding a guy about this size. It's very difficult for me. Just come back from an injury, and he was dribbling around me, scoring. All the guards were. But we knew if we hang in there, we knew the experience would come down to the end, just like the last game at the Leopards gym.
And of course, the zone defense, your zone defense, seemed to have some more effect, didn't it, in that third quarter?
Yeah, that was a great call by Nick Nurse. I never even thought about that. We went to zone. We really don't play zone, but we tried it, and we kind of held them down a little bit, made it frustrating for them to score.
Steve Bucknell, we're glad to see you back from your injury. You've had a tough one tonight, and you deserve the MVP. Congratulations.
And yes, sir, he deserved it. Here, that guy makes a defensive play, comes up with the steal. Watch Warren in the middle, finishes the pro way. Various penetrations by the Leopards, followed by a superb dunk by Michael Martin. Leopards by 9 at the half. The Leopards missed from the corner, but Alderson out-hustles the big men for the ball, 63-48 to the Big Cats. The Leopards had it going their way. Watch this one. Trez Vant back to him. Pinball, he gets it back, 69-55 to the Leopards. Eric Burks gets the nice outlet to Eric Taylor, who fakes the Leopards out of their shoes. Leopards by 11 now. And this is the play of the game. Duck comes up with the tip. Burks missed the layup. The ball goes out to Bucknell. He drops the tray for the winning basket of the game, 87-85. Beautiful basketball. Andre Lane, I asked you at halftime, intensity versus patience.
And the patience came through, and the intensity. It was a bit of both, because what happened was the intensity was there from the Leopards, but it left them and went to the Towers. and then the Leopards didn't continue with the pressure. Everything was going right for them, but they didn't continue with the pressure and being passive. That's what cost them the game in the end.
The passiveness came by via the zone.
The zone caused them a lot of trouble. It was fortunate, I feel, that Weidman went out of the game with 4 fouls and Martin Henlin came back in, because Martin Henlin
what
started
did the zone do? I mean, did it do anything?
Yes, it did. It stopped. They were getting penetrations before. The guards, as Steve Buckner was saying, the guards was just dribbling around them, getting layups and getting free open shots. Martin Henlin in there, however, caused a lot of problems.
You can't win a game unless you have the other players, and there was Suzanne.
Thanks, Kev. I've just said to Martin here, you may well laugh and look happy. Did you expect that, though? You were 14-0 in that opening few seconds, inside the first 3 minutes of that game. Was that unexpected?
Well, yeah. I thought we were going home at halftime. It was amazing. I mean, they say the London rivalry is dead. Long live the London rivalry. I mean, that was just a great, tremendous game. A lot of passion. I mean, we couldn't have been even more flattered if we'd been rolled over the steamroller to begin with. But somehow we just chipped away, and I don't know what happened. The London God smiled down on us, and woof, we won somehow.
They certainly did. Eric, you know, it was such a fast-paced game. We were expecting overtime. Did that cost your mind in those dying seconds of today's game?
Yes, it does. You know, we played many games before with the Towers real close when I was playing with the Leopards. So now that I'm with the Towers, it was still close. I think we came out a little flat early, but in the end, we had so much energy. We had so much energy in the end. I think that helped us prevail the game.
Well, one of the downfalls, Eric, if you just want to come in a little bit closer and join us here, you know, turnovers. Ooh, I think they got about 27 points off of your 20 turnovers. That's something to readdress, I think, for the next game, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, they're a scrappy team. They're athletic, and the guards really get after it. And I just thought we did a lackadaisical job of taking care of the ball. And at halftime, Nick really addressed that, said we have to be strong and play like men and take care of the ball. And we came out, we did a better job, but I think we could have did a much better job of taking care of the ball and executing our offense. But, hey, nonetheless, we got the win, and that's all that matters.
You certainly got the win. You hung in there, guys. Congratulations. It was a fantastic game. Thank you.
And yes, it was a fantastic game. The shooting was pretty good in this contest, except for the free throw line, 50%. Both teams shot very well from the three-point line also. Not a lot in it. The only letdown in this game was the free throws, but when you get a contest like this, sometimes free throw shooting dips.
Usually you'll find that free throw shooting's high and everything else just looks abysmal. But today they were shooting well from the floor, well from the three, however couldn't connect from the free throw line.
The big difference, and not a major difference in the game, we look at the turnovers and we talked about how many points the Leopards scored off the Towers turnover, but the Towers had 21 points off the Leopards turnover, mainly down the stretch with the steals. They came up and converting the baskets. 18 points to 6. Martin Henlin had 12 points off the bench. Martin Henlin, 12 points, 12 rebounds, a double-double off the bench. You can't beat that. And look at that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can control the game for 39 seconds, 39 minutes and 48 seconds. The Towers come up, taking the victory. That's the last minute of the game, that little notch in the corner. That's when the Towers took it over. Looking at the scores, big scores. There's nice balance there for the Towers. Buckner came big. Warren came big. The winning coach who led those guys on the left-hand side, Nick Nurse, joined Suzanne.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Taken by a surprise, or was that expected?
That was exactly how we drew it up, Suzanne.
Yeah, I bet.
We got thoroughly outplayed, you know, for most of the game, and I think that was probably our only lead in the game. It probably was, and no better time to lead than at the end, so lucky us. I think they're really much more organized right now, much more together. We've got a lot of work to do for next week if we plan a repeat performance.
I have to say their backcourt, it's outstanding, really, isn't it?
Yeah, they're so quick. They're playing for each other so well. They shoot from all over the place. You know what they do, Suzanne, is they can shoot, so you got to go guard them. They drive in, they can finish, and then if you come and give help, they're so good at finding Addywell and Martin and Rico dumping, so they do it all, complete package, all three of them. And the league hasn't seen anything like that for a while.
What part of your game disappointed you the most? Maybe unforced errors early on?
Well, a couple things, yeah, Suzanne. I think, one, they took us out of everything we wanted to do. They pressure you so much. We weren't very organized. We didn't run things. We didn't make them pay for overplaying us. And the second thing was they really hurt us on the offensive rebounding. I thought the zone was a good move. They started missing shots, but we couldn't collect the misses, and that they did a great job. They're just so active all over the place.
They were, but what counted was that last basket at the end. You won by 2 points. Congratulations, Nick. Great victory.
Good job, Coach Nurse. Leopards lose it. What's their feeling like?
They've got to be feeling really despondent right now.
you know, you had the game in your grasp. But it goes back to that thing that we as coaches always tell your players: you got to play for 40 minutes. And it's just a great example of not playing for 40 minutes.
Okay, let's look at their coach, Bob Dunwall. He joins Suzanne.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Was there anything in that basketball game that you didn't expect?
Yeah, I didn't expect Neil Wilkinson to throw the game because Nick Nurse and Bucknell got upset with some calls. Our quickness was bothering them. They could only hold us to keep us from moving around, and it was called correctly. But then Bucknell and Nurse get upset, and Neil Wilkinson basically handed them the game. Did not expect that.
Do you feel that that was the sole thing that made you lose that game, though, Bob? Because you were up by so many points. It was very much the shooting for Bucknell at the end that destroyed it, it seemed.
Yeah, nothing to do with the shooting with Bucknell at the end. Obviously, you didn't watch the same game I did. They're holding us. They're shoving us. They get away.
You don't think those 3 pointers from Bucknell were important?
No, I think what was a major point was Neil Wilkinson just allowing Bucknell to charge into us. We're not allowed to do anything about it. They lay it in. They give them the and one. They're holding us there on the last play. That was the ball game.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Kev.
Hey, thank you very much. You know, it's maybe a gripe, maybe not a gripe, but the referees, you know, we've always heard that referees winning and losing games, but the Towers came back. They did what they needed to do to win the contest. Forget about the referees.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing we always say is if you lose a basketball game or win, it's got nothing to do with the referees. Referees didn't have anything to do with them being passive down the stretch.
And in the game, there were 19 fouls apiece. I just thought the Leopards fell dead to their own style of basketball down the stretch. The Towers picked it up. It was one team picked up their enthusiasm and intensity, and another team lost it.
Yeah, like I said, the experience showed through. What happened was I didn't think that, like I said when we were commentating on the game, I wanted to see how these young guys would handle the pressure. And the thing is, what you'll find is these experienced guys, I mean, Bucknell, Henlon, they've been through this a million times over the last 10 years, whereas these young guys just out of school for the last 2-3 years haven't been through too many opportunities like that.
Is that the difference in the derby where you have guys like Bucknell and Henlon who have that pride? Not saying that the guys from the Leopards don't have the pride, but the pride of the derby.
They understand what it takes to win a game, and even if you're down, they're not going to lay down, whereas some teams, they'll just lay down, oh, we're 20 points down, this game's over with. But no, they just kept chipping away. We were even talking with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They were still, what, 16 points down, but they still kept chipping away and came through with like 9 seconds left.
Word about Rashad Johnson.
He just had an exceptional game, phenomenal from the outside, inside. He was being strong, and he was the only one on the Leopards team down the stretch that was trying to keep the pressure up, but he didn't have the backing of the rest of his team.
Okay, it's a big thanks to Andre and also to the team. Next week, we have a cross-conference clash as the Brighton Bears welcome the Derby Storm. We're down on the South Coast next week as Brighton hosts a resurgent Derby. After winning the first meeting of the season, can the Bears capitalize on the departure of Antonio Garcia from the Storm and claim the head-to-head? Or will Derby, led by Barry Bowman's 22 points a game, continue to find that winning formula? Find out next Saturday as Brighton fight it out with Derby from 6 p.m. Sky Sports 1. You have a great week and keep standing tall, just like the London Towers.